Greetings, Chris Fiola here with the May 2nd, 2024 edition of the Perfecting Equilibrium vlog. Today we're kind of wrapping up, at least for the moment, our series on Virtual Grad Student, our effort to build a local large language model, so-called AI, artificial intelligence, which it ain't either, that works as a writer's assistant. Doing things like gathering up data and writing background chunks for articles. For example, why was Roman concrete so effective and so long-lasting? And there you go. Thanks to me, you now have your thought of the day about the Roman Empire. I guess that TikTok thing has been run into the ground. Anyway, we've been setting it up and getting it to run the last few weeks. It was running last week, but it wasn't running great. At one point, I asked a simple query, like I think actually it was another Roman one, who was Julius Caesar, and let it run all night, and it was still running when I checked it the following morning. So this week, what I've done is I've switched models. Last week, I was using the hanging face Zephyr model, and that was not great. And so much of this stuff is you just have to kind of mess around with it, try this and try that, and see what happens. So now this week we're trying the first of the bloke models. As you see here, there are several the blokes. We're doing the first one here, the GGUF model. There's what, 4 bloke models, and these models, that's a whole separate, I should do a separate podcast on that in the future. But let's go back now to our chat, and now running the bloke model, we're going to ask, what is the advantage of digital monochrome cameras? And submit that. Now, if you look over here, I've popped up the performance here, and you can see that even with the heavy-duty CPU that I've got here, 12 cores, 24 threads, I'm cracking almost 75% of CPU usage. Memory usage is good. It is using the GPU again. I think I would get better performance. Well, actually, I know I'd get better performance if I got a something better than my 5 or 6 year old GPU in here. GPUs really make a difference for these large language models. But we'll get there. Right now they remain extremely expensive. But you can see here, this runs roughly as fast locally as running it on some big iron someplace else when you're doing queries over the web. But you can see immediately CPU usage is diving. GPU usage is slowly cranking down here. I'm going to put in one more. Query here, just so you could see this flare up, and I can show you exactly what is running at such high impact. Let's do what is a Bayer array. We're sticking with digital cameras here. Now, if I sort for CPU here, you can see that it's Python that's going crazy here, and that's the application. That's the Python programming library that is the basis for the large language model that we're running here, which is H2O GPT. Oh, this is really wrong. A Bayer array is a type of a microphone used. No, it's not. It's well, that's really bad. So a Bayer array is an arrangement of pixels and color lenses in a color digital camera. So we'll just put a stop to this. The reason I'm going to go away from working on this, I'm going to continue working on it, but I'm going to move away from doing the podcasts on them for a while, because it's the next section here is going to be really boring. I need to test all of those models that you see over here and see which is most effective. There's just a lot of them, and so it's the same queries over and over and over again to see how they work out. I also need to see about adding different models, and then from there we'll go to training this thing. I'm not going to switch models right now. That's a process that takes a bit of time. So to then training it, I have loaded some local data in it, but we want to train it on a specific set of data, not use the general incoming training. So with some of these, we may have to abandon the models altogether and build our own. So we will look into that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot of that stuff on my own, and when I get some better results, I will come back to it on the podcast. So we're going to not abandon it, but we'll do some other more interesting stuff while I do the tedious, repetitive stuff for a while. Because Lord knows that I'm good at tedious, repetitive work. So that's it for this week. Fuel out.